Good evening, this is the Dean of all things spicy with Conjured Vaporz Peppers, and I'm here to do a pepper review. So this is a beautiful phenotype of an RB003. This pepper was given to me, not sent, by Travis at the Burn_Daily YouTube channel. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous phenotype. Let's cut her open and see what she looks like on the inside. Sorry, my allergies have been kicking in. It's very much fall. Getting close to winter, actually. We've been having some nights in the mid to upper 30s and days in the 60s and the 70s, which makes me really sad because it means the 2025 pepper growing season is coming to an end. And I don't like that time of the year. I do love fall. Just don't love that I'm going to lose my pods soon. Well, my plants. I'll keep my pods. I'll freeze them. Anyway, that's at the inside of the RB003. Grown by Travis at Burn_Daily. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you. Cheers. It smells very chinense. It's a smell I can't describe. If you've never had it, you just have to try it. Well, if you do try it and you don't eat peppers, always start with just the tip and see how that treats you, and then go down a little bit, and then go down a little bit, and then go down a little bit if you can keep handling it. When you get up here near the stem, this is where the placental tissue is, and that's where it's going to be hot. Anyway, cheers. So the flavor, it's the ideal red pod flavor, or the normal red pod flavor. So it is fruity at the beginning, moving into floral notes, and then at the end moving into some bitterness. Those who review, believe that bitterness tends to come from the seeds. There's no heat in the seeds. It's just a bitter flavor. So if you're a sauce maker, jelly maker with peppers, take the seeds out and you'll have less bitter notes in your sauce or your jelly. But it's not going to affect the heat level. So the RB003 was created by Ross Barber. It's a good pod. It's probably somewhere between 1.3 and 1.6 million Scoville heat units. This one I'm thinking 1.5 to 1.6. It is making me tear up, and it has made my nose run, as you can tell. The burn, mostly the roof of my mouth, some from the beginning of my tongue, from the front of my tongue, back to about the middle point. Hardly anything in my throat, which is good. I'm not sure if this one will bring a tear. My eyes are watery. Possibly a little red, but I didn't see. So the burn is now migrating towards the back of my throat. It has not peaked yet. So this pod was given to me by Travis at Burn Daily, the YouTube channel. Thank you, Travis, for the pods. I absolutely appreciate it. They're delicious. So when I first started really reviewing peppers, I did not like floral flavors at all. I'm really starting to enjoy them, so long as they're mixed with something else. I know I've said this in the past, but for those of you who haven't heard it, when you first start really getting into Superhots, you're probably going to hate that floral flavor. It's almost like you're biting into a flower, right? It's a very pungent flavor. But as you progress in time and eating more and eating more and eating more, I find that if that floral flavor is mixed with something else, whether it's bitterness, whether it's fruitiness, whether it's smokiness, if it's not just pure floral, which purple pods tend to be extremely floral, especially like purple cream pods. Not always, but a lot of times. That floral flavor mixed with something else is something I really enjoy now and something I look for in a pod. So the RB003 is an absolutely delicious pod for that reason. Yeah, I'm going to say this is about 1.6 million Scoville heat units. 1.5 to 1.6. That's exactly what I said last time. Excuse me. I think it's peaking right now. Maybe. So the burn is not all mouth. It hasn't been this whole time. It actually migrated back. Now I'm feeling the burn up here in the jawline, in between the gums and the cheeks. It's a first for me to really feel it right up in here. The eyes are quite watery. Still nothing is teared. So the aftertaste is extremely fruity. No bitterness, no floral, just fruity. This would be a really, really, really good pod to make powder and flake with. Me personally, I would probably cook with it, but I would probably eat it with steak. Some kind of a red meat. Hamburger, steak, barbecue would be good with barbecue. It's a good pepper. So I'm thinking, it does feel like I have a tear forming right here. I am thinking this one's 1.6, which makes it, to me, the hottest RB003 I've ever tasted. RB003s haven't seemed hot to me, but when I tend to eat them, it tends to be near the end of the growing season where my tolerance is extremely intense. I just recently went through a couple competitions, one in Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Rivers of Fire, where I took the local Pittsburgh League of Fire belt. And then a week later, not too long ago, excuse me, I took the America's belt for, sorry, allergies. It's not my throat, so I don't think it's the pepper. It could be that plus the allergies. So I took the League of Fire America's belt at the Blaze for the Brave in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So my tolerance is pretty darn high right now. So I think even though a tear hasn't fallen, the feelings that I'm getting in my body, I'm going to say 1.6 million Scoville heat units. I still have that fruity flavor in my mouth, which is great. It might even make a good sauce for that reason. I don't know, we'll see. I did grow RB003s this year, but I didn't get this cool of a phenotype, so I haven't really done anything with them. I am about to go out and start harvesting. Here we go. Got a tear falling. Definitely 1.6 million Scoville heat units. There, now maybe you can see it. I'm not sure. But anyway, I am about to go start harvesting because I probably only have 10 to 12 days left on my garden, and I want to make sure those pods are saved from the frost. If you've never grown, or if this is your first year, as soon as your night hits 31 degrees, sometimes 30 degrees, it's usually 31 though, your plants will wilt. It'll look like they're wilting. What's happening is that sorry, my wife must be printing something, so there's going to be a little noise in the background. I'll wait a second. Anyhow, sorry about that. What happens is the cell walls inside the leaves, inside the foliage, burst because of the freezing temperatures, and it'll cause the plant to wilt or seem like it's wilting, and it'll die. The pods will also burst their cell walls and they'll become mushy. So if you're a grower in the US, make sure when your nights are getting close to 32 degrees, you clean off your plants. Green pods, colorful pods, doesn't matter. Get them all off the plant before your first 31 degree night. And then, if you're out in the UK, it's right around 0 degrees Celsius. So make sure, or out Europe, anywhere but the US, 0 degrees Celsius is the point at which you want to get your pods off your plant before that night. So I'm probably 10 to 13 days out, and I want to make sure I save my pods. I am going to freeze a lot of them for winter usage. What I do is I'll eat them with my food while they're still frozen. Or if I let them thaw out, I'll put them in food, cook them up into food. If you do freeze your pods, realize that when they thaw out, they're going to turn to mush because the cell walls have exploded. So make sure if you are doing that, if you're a textural person, if textures bother you in your mouth, make sure you eat them while they're still frozen or cook them into food. Me personally, I can handle that mushy flavor, that mushy sensation in my mouth. So I will sometimes eat some of them after they're fully thawed. But it's a great way to preserve your peppers through the winter months when you don't have fresh pods. Anyway, this is a long video, so I'm going to let you go. This is absolutely peaked and come back down. It was right around 1.6 million Scoville heat units. This is the Dean of all things spicy with Conjured Vaporz Peppers. I hope you all have an absolutely beautiful night. I'm out.